What's up? It's me, Chelsea Lemore, and we are inside the iPower digital studios with rapper, activist, and mental health advocate Taz.
Hey, what's
What's
up?
up, girl?
How you doing?
Great.
I ain't never started an interview with a high five. I like that.
You gotta start with positive.
Too slow.
Oh no. What's up, girl? How are you?
I'm blessed. How about yourself?
Awesome. Welcome to the 804.
Thank you. I'm from the 7-5 though.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Virginia love. There's so much music that has come out of the 757.
Mm-hmm.
What artist from the 757 is your favorite? I don't want to put you on the spot.
Well, I have to pick one.
Your top artist from the 757.
Can I get like 3 to 5?
You can get a top 3.
Okay, so Pharrell, Missy, Pusha T.
Okay.
Yeah.
Learning about you,
Mm-hmm.
one thing I really liked is the authenticity of
Yeah.
who you are. And so I think that resonates with a larger audience because the days of being this cookie cutter artist are gone.
Corny. Yeah.
Are corny and gone.
Yeah.
And your new project, Mentally Ill, you really focus on mental illness and stability. So kind of tell us more about that project.
So that was great. You got Oprah vibes. Right? You just set that up.
All I need is Oprah money. Now let's talk.
Well, so I'm not gonna front. When I first made music, I've always been. I was telling you earlier that J. Cole's my favorite rapper. That's the reason why I started rapping. And I dropped Mentally Ill on January 28th. Shout out to you, Cole. Check that out. When I first started rapping, I always was transparent about what I was going through to a degree. Maybe not my personal mental health struggles. So I had lost 3 friends to suicide, unfortunately, over the last few years. A really close friend of mine, her name was Sonia. We called her Sunshine. And I missed it. I couldn't understand how I was able to not see the signs. So before she took her life, a couple years prior, I had a close friend of mine. We weren't really close, but we were friends. I knew his brother. And he had reached out to me and said, Taz, how do you make it? And I said, making it is subjective, I guess, because he saw me on the scene and doing all these things. And I'm like, well, I don't really know what making it is because I haven't made it yet.
Right.
Whatever you call success is your definition of making it. He took his life a week later. And I'm looking at the Facebook message like, how did I miss that? So as I was sitting around thinking about, what type of music I was going to make next, I was looking at my library of music that I had put out last year in January. I put out an EP called Hampton because I'm from Hampton. I put out an EP in February called 7-5 because I'm from the 7-5. And music has always been very territorial to me in hip-hop. You know that Nas is from Queensbridge. You know Jay-Z's from Marcy's Projects. You know Nip is from Crenshaw. I wanted when people talked about Taz to be like, oh, that's that girl from Hampton. She's from 7-5. So as I was brainstorming what I was going to do next, Lady, my fiance, she was like, babe, maybe you should try to put together a narrative, like a Good Kid, Mad City, like a Kendrick Lamar project. But I didn't know what I wanted to talk about. But I still was trying to cope with the loss of my friends, and Mentally Ill just clicked. And I was like, I felt like it was a perfect double entendre because I could be like, your boots is ill, or you'd be like, your bag is ill, but you know that I'm complimenting you. But if I say I'm mentally ill, I'm also addressing the stigma, so it's a double entendre. And at that moment, I'm like, you know what? I don't know what my friends were going through. I can't bring them back. I have a lot of unanswered questions. So maybe they were too embarrassed to talk about what they were going through. So I'm going to wear this cape of mentally ill and, sticks and stones will break your bones. The words will never hurt you. So I figured if I just said it, then it wouldn't hurt me if somebody tried to say, yo, she acting different. Because we tend to look at people different when they're going through something emotionally. But I'm wearing it like with a badge of honor. And now kids are saying, yo, I'm mentally ill. And it's not a form of judgment. So that transparency for my mental health condition just happened last year. But prior to that, I talk about my dad being incarcerated for life or my struggles in college or whatever the case may be. But yeah, authenticity is it. So for you to say that you perceive that in my music means a lot.
I think that your music is needed because there's been this emergence of mental health within the Black community and talking about it.
And your boy Charlemagne, the Shook One's book,
Anxiety playing tricks on me.
Right.
So are there any readings that have helped you form your thought process when creating music?
You said readings?
Readings or music or people besides the people in your life, outside influences.
I think, when it comes to making music, particularly with Mentally Ill, I wrote the project in 2 weeks because I had a storyline, the quickest I've ever wrote anything because it was real to what I was going through. Any other time I could sit around trying to come up, Hampton was a thought, okay, I'm trying to tell people what I sound like, where I'm from, and everything like that. But typically, I draw inspiration. I read a lot of self-help books. I'm big into the law of attraction and manifestation. Listen to a lot of podcasts. Like you were saying, Charlemagne, his book, I really enjoyed the book. And what's ironic is that last year in June, I came up with the title Mentally Ill. I wanted to drop it in October, but my mentor was like, you know, you need to have a better game plan for rolling out your EP, like get you a publicist and everything like that. So I've had it since August, just sitting around waiting to drop it. But lo and behold, when I partnered with the nonprofit NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, having their support and, you know, having radio stations and blogs and podcasts like how I'm doing this right now, it really helps spread the message, because when I started doing the speeches and performing with the kids and things like that, that started to raise the awareness. Like, yo, there's this girl coming out with this album called Mentally Ill. Y'all should check it out. Every day I'm trying to find something to feed my brain and my mental spirit. And I think...
Girl, you're giving me Oprah vibes now.
Oh, yeah?
I was going to ask you, because I think people address the problem, but they don't address how you can work your way through it.
Yeah.
And I know you said that you're a vegetarian. So, like, mentally, what are some of the things that you do to keep yourself strong and keep going?
Man, prayer. Prayer is definitely number one. I think sometimes when life gets real good, sometimes we segue from prayer. Ironically, it's just weird that things will start being on the high, but as soon as you hit a low, you're praying all the time. So it's like I have to keep reminding myself, pray all the time when things are great, when things are good, when they're bad. Yoga. I do yoga with Lady. She's an awesome yogi. Being vegetarian has definitely helped. We've been vegetarian for 4 years now. And we do have a web series we're coming out with called Love at First Bite, about us being in love and being vegetarian. Because so many people want to know, how do we live this lifestyle? And
with no chicken.
Yeah. I don't like meat at all pun intended. You know what I mean?
I love it.
But yeah, so that feeds my spirit. I listen to Yolanda Adams. She gets me through some things. Devon Franklin, I listen to sermons on YouTube. I met him, read his book Hollywood Commandments. So sometimes just the repetition of listening to, like how you said, podcasts and feeling like you can Oprah Super Soul Sundays. I love that podcast. And music really gets me through it too. If I'm not making music or I'm listening to music, just some type of art form.
So how can everybody keep up with you? You got so much going on. What are your social media handles?
So you can handle me at... Oh, okay.
All of that.
So you can handle Taz at Tasmania Show on all social platforms, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. For music, if you type Taz in all caps, it's this picture with this yellow, like Butterworth, you know, melty, drippy looking, cute picture with me with some glasses, and I got like a little mohawk.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could get that on Spotify, Amazon Prime, Tidal, Mentally Ill. You can get Hampton. You got to listen because you're from Virginia. You got to show some love. Hampton is on all streaming platforms. 7.5. That's on all streaming platforms. My website for my merch and everything, all things Taz, is thecasagency.com. Oh, this is a big announcement. Major alert. So with Mentally Ill, we're planning this the Ill Tour and this pop-up series. So I'm partnering with painters because I want to turn our pain into paintings. And the idea is that we're going to get 7 different artists in each city to listen to the Mentally Ill album, pick the track that they like, and then basically turn that pain into a painting. And then we're going to sip complimentary champagne. Ooh! Pain in all caps. So I'm trying to take the pain away with champagne.
So I can paint my stick figure.
Yeah, you can.
Because that's all I can do.
That's all you can do. Well, yeah, so I'm going to do 2 versions of it. I wanted to be like a sip and paint, but then I also wanted to be like a gala because, again, I'm trying to change the idea and perspective on what pain is. So if we look at pain and we see paintings and you listen to the music, we're going to do one here in Richmond. Shout out to Workshop RVA. Shout out to my homie Sean, my publicist Kirby. But yeah, that's coming real soon.
Well, thank you for stopping by. I really enjoyed it. Another high five. High five.
Boom.
We start on high five.
You feel me? And you know we right here in the 804, but it's all about the 7575. Yeah, I rep the ties. Do or die, how we ride. Ain't no switching sides. 7575. Shorty, you wanna ride? Tell her get inside. Do it for the 75. Shout out to my city, y'all.
Dang, I might have to ride down to the 7.5.
You feel me?
I'm just saying. Well, that was me, Chelsea Lemore, with artist Taz. It's iPower 92.1 and 104.1.
Peace.